Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Bog Frog Book Pod. As always, I am joined by a man who really cannot follow orders, James.
Hey, what's up? I'm really loyal. It's a paradox.
I'm also joined by a space station larger than the largest of gas giants that takes up all fucking space I can see, Seth.
My name shows up a lot.
And a woman who cannot say her original name because it was stolen by the epic technology, Chloe.
If the aliens want to steal a piece of art from Earth, I will willingly give them Homestuck. They can just take it. It's all
No! We need that!
As always, I am Ren, whose voice is currently gone and is still doing this, and is also a piece of antimatter.
Yeah, you're like a ghoul.
You don't sound sick.
Not
you
a
sound
ghoul.
very unenthused. It's like, I don't want to be here. Hate my
Yeah,
life.
you sound a lot better than you did last night.
Whatever, smooth skin.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't do that to
Yeah,
yourself.
that's a good shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. That didn't feel great.
You can
Yeah,
do it.
don't do
Do it a little bit more.
Speaking of people named Seth, this is an interesting bit on the top. That's relevant to nothing. Our author Yoon Lee is represented by their editor agent, one Seth Fishman, and I think
Fishman is
legitimately like one word, Fishman, spelt how you expected.
Incredible.
I
That's
think
the
you should
character
change your
from
name.
fucking. It's a character from fucking Shadow over Innsmouth. What are you talking about?
Fucking real, ain't it?
Fucking Fishman Hotel over here. Holy shit. You went deep. You if you're finding like agents and editors, usually we just rip off Wikipedia. You went deep.
I ripped off the website. It just says like
Okay.
for media inquiries, please contact Seth Fishman. Like
Okay.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Fucking local Davenport citizen.
Well, so speaking of going deep, Chloe, who are you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you? How did you get
What's
in
your
here?
problem?
Okay, well, I'm just a big fan of the podcast. I paid the requisite amount of money on Patreon to be on this podcast.
I didn't know we were taking money.
I don't know who I paid then.
No.
Don't worry about it.
We were keeping that on the download. Thought we were keeping that on the download. Damn.
All right, my bad. So I have been around in the background. I was there in the chat, like a big reveal as this podcast was born. I was there in the chat.
You were?
Yeah. So
As I half jokingly said, we should do a podcast.
That's true. And then look where they ended up. And so they didn't invite me on, so I was very upset. So I made my own podcast. I am from Tales from the Stack, who they very lovingly shouted out on this podcast before. A cute little
Several
comic book
times.
podcast. Although no
Like
comic
literally
books here.
every episode since its creation.
Well,
Yes.
Just about.
That's what I pay you for. That's where the money's going. Advertising fees.
Yeah.
On the download.
That's what advertising should be, is new
You'd hope.
podcasts paying slightly older podcasts.
Yeah. And seeing
That was a fucking thing you used to be able to do on the Max Fun Network. If like they,
What
they
is-
had
what is
like
that?
yeah, you
Oh my-
say
okay,
that
so
like
Max
that's
Fun.
Jesus
just
Christ.
everyone knows
The Max
the
Fun Network was the network Mabimbam is on, along
These
with like, all
aren't
the McElroy
words.
stuff. my brother and me, the McElroy brothers.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Those fuckers.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The network they were on. They had a
Oh,
thing.
you know,
where you called it-
Mabim
And that's what people
Mabim.
call it.
Bro,
I'm
it's literally
fucking-
what Ladubu's on.
Shut the fuck up.
I
Oh,
love the
God.
fucking Bimble Bap podcast featuring Limble Flippin' Dimble Bap.
I'm in hell.
Oh shit,
I'm in
dude.
fucking
They're covering
hell.
Nimble Flappendacker this week, dude. I love Nimble Flappendacker.
Everybody knows about this.
Chloe has
Everybody.
thrown the entire energy of this podcast off. I'm now the weak one. This is terrible.
Who was the week one before?
Anyways,
The hierarchy
They had-
of the Bog Frog Book Pod will never be the same.
I'm just a little
they
toad
had
in
a
the
thing
background sticking
where
in the podcast.
you could. Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
They had a thing you could pay the network and be like, I want I want to put an ad spot on this show, and like anybody could do it. It wasn't just advertisers. They called it the Jumbotron. It was a thing. There.
Okay,
Sons
which
of
one of the
bitches.
McElroy brothers are you? I don't know enough
the
about
baby's
these
brother
guys.
Griffin McElroy, obviously. God,
Okay.
I
of course.
don't know who the fuck they are.
That's such a Travis thing to say.
that is a Travis thing to say.
Who the fuck is Travis?
That would make Seth Justin, or Juice, as they would call him.
I think
Oh,
that actually
these
makes sense.
people.
That does make sense.
I don't know
Yeah,
any of
checks
these
out.
people. I'm gonna be real.
It's
we can
fine,
read their
it's fine.
shitty.
What's this
D&D
episode about? Outside of
comic.
making me feel bad.
What should I introduce it? I forgot.
Making you feel bad?
Yeah, sure, go
no,
for
no,
it.
no.
You do
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
sure.
fuck it.
Okay, thank you. We are reading Counting Casualties by Yoon Lee. It was a short story published back in 2023. I went to see where I recommended this. It was to Ren back a year ago, just after you guys covered The World is Full of Monsters. That's a nice little follow on, a bit of continuity.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I was wondering, because I was thinking that, because reading this, I realized that I had transposed some of the stuff you had said about this story onto the Culture series. So I was like, oh, I thought this was a Culture book. Like, I was like, oh, wait a second.
That is
I
very
get
funny
that.
because I did recommend you. There is like one Culture short story I recommended to you specifically. And when Seth asked me, do you want to read Counting Casualties? I thought this was that story. And I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
so funny.
Talk about
That would have
Culture.
been good. Culture's cool.
I mean, this
You
is
know, I read a bit of the first book a while ago. I liked it.
This is very Culture pilled. There's ships with sardonic names that basically run a human civilization. That's the Culture.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool.
I did
Fucked up
think
alien
about
force.
that while reading. I was like, this kind of a little consider
A little
Phlebas
bit.
in here.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Me when I'm considering my Phlebas.
Bro's
Gotta
looking
do
to
it.
win
You
with.
would consider your Phlebas.
But tell us a little bit about the author, Chloe.
Hold on, I'm enamored by these two dinosaurs fucking a tree that Ren dropped in chat. It's very
God
beautiful.
damn it.
It's a good image. Oh, damn it, I
Oh,
can't
no.
laugh. Fuck.
Get owned.
Well, if you
There
laugh,
we
you
go, I
lose
can force it.
challenge.
Impossible for me to lose right now.
Yoon Lee was
What-
born
what?
in Houston, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to do
No,
some
I was just
dinosaur
trying to get
trick
you to
fucking?
talk more about Yuan Lee.
Already
we
going
could
great.
stay on this. It's fine.
No.
I think we should.
Born
I
in
think we can
Houston,
just hang out.
Texas, and lived between South Korea and Texas as a young kid. Attended Cornell University, majoring in mathematics, which is a little
Makes
apparent in
sense.
this, very apparent in the Machineries of Empire series. Big maths head. Master's Secondary Mathematics, mathematics professor, web designer, big data analyst for some corpos. Done it all, including writing some books. First work published at age 20 in 1999 in fantasy and science fiction. Many short stories since then in Clark's World, Lightspeed, Strange Horizons, Reactor. Apparently Tor changed their name in 2024. Do people know this?
Is that why
I
the
did
website is
not
called
know
Reactor? I was really confused.
Huh.
Yeah, I apparently like a year and a half they've been changed. I had absolutely no idea.
So
Interesting.
does Tor just not exist anymore?
No, they're just called Reactor now.
Why would you do that
Strange.
when you are the
Absolutely
biggest
strange.
name in genre fiction?
Yeah.
Were they just afraid that .com was bad SEO? I don't know.
I guess, but it's Tor. Like everybody knows Tor.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
also,
I
there's that
must
browser.
imagine.
Maybe the browser did it.
Maybe
Yeah, the browser
did.
shot Tor.com dead.
Fuck.
RIP.
You
Yeah,
can't
that
have
is
this.
what happened.
Yeah.
The curator. The curators they did. The deaders. They did it. They did it to Tor.
A lot of great
Fuck.
short fiction. Just shouting out quickly: Conservation of Shadows, Candlevine Gardner, The Fox Tower. Great little short story collections published throughout the years. Some other cool tidbits. I knew he released one web-based text adventure in 2012. But he's actually released two. Another in 2002
Whoa.
as well, called The Moonlit
That's
Tower,
wild.
and then Winter Strike in
Oh.
2012. I don't know if the Moonlit Tower is still up, but I hope so. That's cool.
Hopefully.
They're debut novel was in 2012, The Nine Fox Gambit, one of my all-time favorite series. Launched them into stardom. Locus Award winning, nominated for Hugo, Nebula, Clark, all that fun stuff. Published a lot of work since. A lot of actually like middle grader and YA fiction as well, which is pretty cool. A lot of work under like Rick Riordan's publishing line.
Okay.
Yeah. Phoenix Extravagant, another cool book they've put out over the years. And they now live in Louisiana, as Ren lovingly pointed out. Big Louisiana heads in chat. Sound out.
Oh, shout outs.
Shouts out Louisiana. We got fucking creatures there.
I'm glad you mentioned their like novels, the Nine Fox Gambit and such, because I was very curious after reading this what if they had done anything like that and what they were like. Seeing that they were described as YA at one point, I was like, oh no, I'm scared. But your endorsement means a lot to me. So
yeah, so Nine Fox Gambit and the Hex Arcade series, not YA. Phoenix Extravagant, also not YA. You're safe there. Nine Fox Gambit specifically, top 5 novel of all time. I'm obsessed with that series. There's a lot of, you'll see in here, like just heavier on the mathematics, heavy on some of the craziest stratagem in any sci-fi novel I've seen, just really in the weeds on spaceship
a lot of
formations.
Logistics thinking.
Yeah, it's like I think every one of his short stories makes some reference to like board games and chess. This motherfucker loves.
I did like that moment in this where he's like, it's like a board game. Like, okay. Sure, I guess.
We're some sort of player of games.
No, you can't say that.
So what's it about?
Yeah, what is it about? I love having a guest on the show that can do all the work for us, by the way. Just, sidebar. It's really good.
Yeah, I paid to come on this podcast, do the work. Fucking sucks.
Why doesn't everyone do this? Why do we even have normal episodes?
I'm gonna find out you let like I'm just say redacted off the hook for the next guest episode, and they're gonna get away with it, and I'll be like, that motherfucker didn't do any work. It was all me.
I mean, they're gonna at least have to do the author work.
Yeah,
because they will have more info available to them.
Access to the language.
And just reads this already published article. That's just the introduction.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about it.
Whatever works.
So, Counting Casualties, released in 2023, sees an advanced human empire, many years in the future, that have conquered at least 1,000 worlds, finally face their greatest foe, an unknowable alien force called the Dead Fleet.
It's
uncontactable. Look, speaking of, just off the top, that when they shortened like Dead Fleet to Deaders, it was Big Buggers energy.
Yeah.
And both of those suck. I was like, stop calling them Deaders. Bad choice.
Not great.
It's good. It's even.
The Dead Fleet, uncontactable, unknowable force. We don't know anything about them other than the ships they fly. They have superior weaponry, superior ships that are decimating these worlds, but they have one additional weapon called the Erasure Choir. This impossible weapon removes art from a world, just somehow zaps that shit up. And not only will the world lose all its poetry, but across the galaxy, it will be ripped off any page it's transcribed to, forgotten from any memory. So those worlds still stand, but song, television, flower arrangements, circuses, one by one, they are just gone. And they cannot figure out why, and they just keep losing. Our character, Nyaja Brow Urizang? Question mark? Is a commander, basically just because there's no one left to be a commander. And so they're sent on a suicide mission to fight the Deaders in deep space as like a last-ditch effort to survive before they attack the core worlds. They get their shit stomped. They have to power down, and they are escorted by the Dead Fleet back to their stronghold in a journey of years. They postulate at least 5 years, but it sounds like they could have been there 4 decades. They're taken back to the Dead Fleet's home base, which is this impossible labyrinthian structure just a mausoleum of many, many rooms, and they find out that they are creating a museum. Everything their erasure Kwai sucks up is transpired into this insane museum as a record to everything they've taken, and is seemingly goes on forever. Orangutan's crew is killed when they try to make one last stand to blow themselves and everyone else up. Bad idea. And our main character is left wandering the endless halls of the museum for seemingly centuries. And then centuries, probably more.
Eternity.
Which is so cool. That final
Ren,
note is so cool.
Ren, I have a question for you specifically.
What's that question?
Did the debtors like stronghold museum? Did it make you think of where the honor spren go in Shard Space in Stormlight Archives?
Oh my god.
No, it made me think of Blame.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Inside you are two walls. Yeah, it's if you're on the boat,
I just feel like
it's
I feel like
Tannis
some
and a
point
fucking plane.
at some point in the last couple years, apparently the wolves that were inside both of these people switched.
swap.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
I just don't know how you get technological superstructure larger than Jupiter and larger than can be
Oh, it's like that
comprehended. And you're just
fucked
like,
up
Sure,
place.
actually.
oh man, it's just like that weird Escher castle at Sanderson.
Yeah,
Road.
it is just like that.
No,
But
it's
they talk
not.
About, it's like fractal and shit. It's weird.
No, it's like Blame. What are you talking about?
I think both are true. I think both can.
No,
be
that's
true.
not. It's that's
none of it
so
is
not
true.
true.
I think both
That-
can be true.
What Seth said is the
I hope
least
not.
true because
I
I'm,
really hope
I'm
not.
at least fucking with James minorly. Minorly, I still think you're
What?
wrong. You should have thought of Blame first. What the fuck happened?
I'm so sorry. You know,
What's
you
happened
broke me.
to
It's
us?
your
Bro fell
fault.
off.
It's your fault. And I
This
just
is your
won't.
fault then. You made me read Blame and reevaluate my taste in Nihil.
Well,
I
God
thought
bless.
Abara was his best one, but no, I was fucking wrong.
Yeah, you were fucking wrong. Blame's on.
Well, yeah, it's
Doesn't matter.
Biomega.
Let's talk. Shut the fuck up.
What
It-
the
it's
fuck
true.
did
You
you
know
say?
it's true.
Opossums.
You're kicked off the pod, bro. What the fuck?
Which Abara and Blame don't have
Biomega.
cool bears.
Okay, whatever.
No, Abara does have a bear.
Does it have
No,
a
it
bear?
does
I don't
not.
remember it.
Yes, it does.
What?
Doesn't it have a bear that works with the scientist?
No, that's fucking Sidonia.
I have my fucking physical copy of Abara right here.
Live
So
reading.
many
Page
pages.
one, read to the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna read to the end.
Yeah,
There's
just
a
read
fucking
it like.
bear in this. I'm certain there's a bear.
I
Oh,
don't.
not.
I don't.
This is
I
why
don't- I don't think
Sidonia
there's-
is a superior.
Oh, I forgot Digimortal's at the back of this.
There's a
Fuck
bear
yeah.
in two of his fuck ass comics, Knights of Sidonia and Biomega.
I'm checking
Biomega's so good though.
right now.
Oh man.
So what did you think about this
No,
story?
we'll
Seth?
wait. We'll wait.
No, I'm busy.
Yeah, you got it. This is good.
I'm
This is good
going.
content.
I'm going. Damn, this comic rules.
Like, I wish I got a
No.
copy of it.
Uh,
I wish
don't
it
think
wasn't
so.
several $100s now.
Yeah,
I don't
it'd
think
be
there's a bear in
really
this
ideal.
terrible news.
I really hope I still have my copy and it wasn't lost when I had shipped my books out to myself.
Probably. Yeah, I don't have. There's no bear in this. I was lying.
Fraud
Um,
watch.
What did you think of this story, Seth?
This is really fucking good. This like it hit me weird at
Yeah.
like 2:30 a.m. last night.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Yeah,
That's a good time to be reading.
It hit me real strange and weird. Really good. I liked good ideas. I like sci-fi. I've been having a little bit of a sci-fi summer.
You have been having a sci-fi summer.
So I've been enjoying it. I really enjoyed this. This is like Ren said, as much as I hate agreeing with any of you people.
True.
It's really good. It's probably one of my favorite things we've read for the pod.
Yeah, definitely
short
top
story
10,
wise, at the
top
very
5.
least. Maybe, I mean, in general, we haven't read that many
Yeah,
books as well. So
No, we haven't.
What
Thank you.
about you? Whoever wants to say.
Ren, say.
What am I saying?
What thought?
Jesus Christ.
Is
What
there a
thought
bear
about
in a
the
bar
words-
or not?
What you think about story we read?
Just all of it?
What do you think about it?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. First, I really hate that I can't get my fucking tones of voice across. It's really pissing me off. Second, yeah, I thought this was a... God damn it. Like,
the most
voice
monotoned
cracked.
man in
Fuck.
an instance.
No, I'm not. No, my voice cracked again. Oh, fuck. I'm so washed.
We gave you the chance to reschedule.
Suck my dick.
Hey, sidebar. You excited for that date you're on tonight, by the way, right?
I'm just...
Think this voice is gonna help?
I think it.
As long as it doesn't crack, it's kind of it can be kind of sexy.
I think even if
But
it does
just-
crack, it might do something.
Yeah. It'll
Oh,
add to
God
Ren's
damn it.
like wet dog, energy.
Why does everybody call me a dog? I'm not.
Oh, you sound like how I imagine. Like those crusty dogs that grandmothers have.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you fuck! How dare you?
That's how I imagine that they would sound.
If they were smoking
Yeah.
20 cigarettes a day.
If you were
Well, they're
in
getting
that,
the second hand from the old ladies.
That's
Then
true,
what's
that's
that
true.
movie that came out like last year? That comedy movie that nobody remembers? Strays, about the talking
Yeah, with all the
dogs.
dogs talking.
Yeah, if there was there probably is like a craggedy grandma dog in that movie, but if you were to voice act, that's what I would put you in that movie and have you
Yeah,
sound like
100%.
how you are now. I would get you sick
I-
on purpose.
I have been called a sheepdog by 2 different exes. All right, I don't need this right now.
That does.
See,
sound-
that's
really-
not what we're calling.
you're not
you, though.
like yippy enough, Like you're not trying to
Yeah.
herd me.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have enough joy.
You kind
Or
of got.
excitement
I'm
for it.
getting like Great Dane energy. I'll
Sheep-
be completely honest.
Sheepdogs do not have joy. It's all anxiety.
Okay, so, yeah. Let me
Well, yeah.
rephrase what James said. You don't have enough purpose in life.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
We don't have the verve.
Get out in the field.
Just
the
owning my
problem.
entire
You're not in the
shit on
field
mic
lately.
while I'm already sick. God damn.
Yeah,
I
what
guess
do you
I'll
think
just
of this
kill
fucking
myself.
story?
For the
Oh, man,
record,
it's
why
good.
the fuck do you remember Strays,
my
the
life.
2023 dog film starring Will Ferrell? Why
Yeah,
is
what's
that
your
in your
problem, man?
I don't know.
No, I get it. I remember seeing the trailers for it and getting really annoyed every time I had to watch a fucking trailer for it.
Yeah,
It was
I
awful.
remember
that's
that.
real,
I remember
yeah.
being like, this seems like one of the worst movies of all time. And then I remember like 3 people I knew watched it and were like, it was like surprisingly okay. And I was
That's
like,
so
I don't
funny.
know.
I don't even know if this
believe
got a
you.
like cinema release in Australia.
I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
I hope not.
Oh dear.
If anything is gonna, I hope it's not that.
That's because the
Yeah, Ren,
director
what did you
behind
think of
Spaceballs too.
I
Oh
think
my God.
the story is fantastic. I think it does a really good job of establishing its very far-flung sci-fi concept without having it be the most annoying thing possible, because they're very expertly weaving that exposition into just the shit they're doing. Like, the story isn't stopping and going, and yes, in the 4th century, the Quasi-Wars redefined what it meant for Lightspeed travel. And then I explode. No, it's just like, yeah, I don't know, this is the thing we need to do, and I guess, fuck it. And then you're like, can you explain more? There's like, no, it's not relevant. I'm like, alright. It's like everything's in service of the greater concept and thesis that this author is clearly trying to show, and it's not just sucking its own dick with its sci-fi concepts, which I appreciate so much.
That's nice. It's nice. I like that the character is written well and isn't quirky. I appreciate that.
We don't
Yeah.
need quirks. It can't
I
the
appreciate
people
that.
just be folks. Is that all right?
Strays made $36 million on a $46 million budget.
God.
anyway.
Damn it!
Okay,
No
people
Strays
every
too?
fucking day, people get on fucking Twitter.com and cry that there's no original movies, and yet they let Strays flop.
You know, it
Megalopolis
says
earned-
something. That's all.
It's
I'll
fine,
say.
it's fine. It'll
Megalopolis
make all
earned
its money
14
on
million
DVD.
against 100.
It
Yeah,
will
it-
make all its money on DVD.
Megalopolis earned 14 million against a $136 million budget.
I would say Strays is better than Megalopolis.
I mean,
I would agree.
well,
I'm sure.
Strays.
Let's see.
I haven't seen Strays. It might be the defining film of the Biden era.
That's true.
Stop.
It could have
saying
Megalopolis
things, man.
beat in that regard. James, what did you think of this? Thing?
Fuck.
What I think is, I liked it. thumbs up, A+. It made me think about Ender's Game. I liked it.
Those are your extensive thoughts.
Yeah, those are my extensive thoughts. No,
Could
I
it beat
I
strays in a
did,
fight?
I could beat all the dogs from strays in a fight. Yes.
No, you could not. You would die to a German Shepherd.
Could the
immediately.
Deaders beat Will Ferrell as a?
I would.
yippee-ass dog?
That would be my strategy against the Deaders. Is I would sacrifice
Just
Will
feed them
Ferrell.
shit.
I'd be like, here, take him.
Whoa! Anchorman!
I'm willing to
James,
sacrifice
everyone
Anchorman.
I'm just holding a copy of Anchorman in my hands. It fades to grey, and I start.
I'm
weeping.
holding I'm holding my copy of Land of the Lost and like crying.
God.
No, I really did like. I like the details, specifically around the Deaders, of like when they're removing culture. Like, there's the culture is removed, but it's not forgotten. Like, you're able to mourn it, right? Like, you're able to know what was lost, but you can't actually know it in a way, which I find beautiful and interesting to hold in your noggin. I also really like the whole discussion of like, we don't, early on, they're like, we don't know why they're not taking like technology from us. Like they could just wipe us out that way. And then at the end, it's like, well, they're making a museum, you know, they're curating something. They're not trying to obliterate civilizations. It's just kind of happening. And then you got to start thinking about other people in the world who maybe made museums out of other people's culture and history.
Yeah, they're like the
Wonder what's
world's
up with
most
that.
fucked up colonizers. It's a very compelling villain.
Yeah, it's hard not to think about it. It's good. It's good. I liked it a lot. It will be sticking with me, is what I'll
A
say.
museum even larger than Jupiter that you can explore for centuries and never see.
Well, that's the thing. It
end
just
of,
grows
like,
forever, right? You know, it's seemingly.
Man,
I mean, perhaps it is
going.
just human civilization, but you know, you got to think: is there some other kind of alien life they've sucked that
Just
shit
keep
off,
going.
shove it in the museum?
Suck that shit off.
You know,
fucking
maybe.
Chloe, what do you think about this thing that you recommended us?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
alright. You know, I believe I was told
What?
it sucks and I will die in 7 days. I've got 6 days to go.
I mean, that is still true.
Just making the
I
most of it.
I nervously told you I liked it, and that should mean something.
It was a very sweet moment we shared. I feel like we
I-
really bonded.
I retracted some of that
That's
of
true.
the statement.
I'd been
I
the part
saw
where I
that.
die.
We all saw
It's really
that.
unfortunate.
No, you're still
Sadly, that one's set in stone.
Fuck.
You're fucked, buddy. You're fucked.
You can only
An object
retract
in
so much
motion
of a
looks
I
curse
might be
once it's
dead by the
passed.
time this is published, I think.
You, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Rip.
If she-
this
if
episode's
she's dead by the
dedicated
time
to
this
my
is
good friend
published.
Chloe. She was very smart. She's dead now. Sorry.
I thought this was dedicated to Randall Taft.
No.
None of that
Who
means
is
anything
Randall
to me.
Taft? I was about to say President Taft, but Randall came out before it.
From
Yeah, I
Monsters
don't know
Inc.
if Randall Taft is a guy.
But, speaking of,
It's not
you
a guy at all.
mentioned, you know, British colonization.
Yeah.
What came to mind to me immediately as I was reading this and thinking about people taking culture from us
Mhm.
and forcing us into endless war.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up with that?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
my immediate thought was, did you ever hear about how the humanities are being decentralized in the American educational system?
Yeah, just being like fully gutted and like obliterated over the last several decades, and like at this point, even universities aren't safe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You ever think about AI? And how
Everybody,
it,
I wonder what's up with that.
destroys everything. You ever think how you can't use Google anymore, but you know it's there?
That fucking the AI in this is so scary.
I like them. They're
I
my
love
friends.
Yeah, they're like, you know, slightly sardonic. That's the thing. They could have been epic chungus, but they were
Fuck.
like
They've
Fuck
seen
my
everything.
Yeah, that's like
I really enjoy their representation as those abstract masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
I
the reason I
love
picked up
the-
this book originally. Good ass cover. We love a Jack.
Oh,
my
God,
God,
that
the
fucking
covers.
rocks.
It's so, good.
Let's see who's it drawn by. Let's take a look.
It is credited.
Julia Dillon. I think has she
That
done
like
work
it's
for
a name
Magic
that
Kingdom?
sounded familiar to me, but I could not tell you.
I'm not
Yeah.
foolish enough to pretend I would know.
Oh no, I'm so on the money. She has done a ton of work for Magic.
There we go.
I was
Yeah,
like,
one
do
of
I know
the
that
top
name?
links on her Google results or her DuckDuckGo results when I do it.
Can you imagine? Do you think
Okay, all right.
you're talking
Yeah.
about the AI being Epic Chungus, and now I'm just imagining the world where they speak in Leet.
So they're like
Ben.
Homestuck trolls, is what
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying?
what I was thinking.
She
Oh,
did do the
shit.
best blood artist.
That's
yeah, she's done the
crazy.
best blood artist. But,
That's
I
really cool.
don't know their pronouns.
Not to jump
It's
on
just
this
going off the
podcast
name.
just to talk about the culture, but I will. I like one of the best things you run into the culture. So it's not until the fourth book session where they set it up because the culture is set on a lot of the same basis. That the culture is so advanced because they have ship minds that are so much more intelligent that they can just run everything for humans who can live in a post scarcity
James.
society. That's true, actually. They in the fourth book, which is told from the perspective of the ship minds in the culture, they're written as emails. That's how they like write. So it sounds like you're reading the pages.
Yes.
It's like fucking marathon.
Yeah, it's like 1996 or something. It's all like half of it's in like emails and like email speak, but good. That's hot.
God, that's the thing
really
is like
good. God, the
I
culture's
really
so
want to get
cool.
to the ship stuff. So when I was reading,
Look,
I picked up the first one. I was like, oh, there's the ship stuff. Oh, and now I'm a guy. Okay, well, I'll get to
you
it.
get more ship stuff. It's all about the ship.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
love-
just have it.
oh,
Just
what's
a
his
baby
name?
ship that far.
What's the main character's name in the first
Horza
book? 'Cause he rocked.
Borza Gobachul.
God, he's so
Fuck
That's
cool.
you.
a fucking
He's
name.
fucking awesome. I love him
pretty
so much.
It's pretty
That book's good.
So good.
I
Culture
should-
got all
I
the best
should-
names. My favorite one,
Oh.
the third book, Use of Weapons, has the main characters Sharadanine Zakalwe. I think about that like
Oh.
every day.
It's
That's
good.
I think I'm gonna end up reading Nine Fox Gambit because
There's really a lot like
this looks good.
in this book that sort of he touches on Yoon Lee touches on a lot of his work. This is like certainly like a much more apocalyptic version, but they're like the shit. I mean, like I said, a lot of like the strategy and there's a little bit on the mathematics that is like massive in Nine Fox Gambit. But there's a great part in this because I forgot about a lot of this book, even though like I read it a year ago. No object permanence.
Yeah.
The part where they talk about the scout net, where there's just a paragraph where they talk about that they have
Yeah, the
these little-
birds.
yeah, that the Nine
Those
Fox Gambit
birds are
is fucking
crazy.
full of it. They'll just bring up this like slightly terrifying, ethically destructive piece of technology that just lives in the background, and then you never ever hear mention of it again. And you're just like, oh,
It'll
Okay.
be so
This one
good for
fucking
me
sucks.
when I pick this up.
That's no good.
I love the
need it.
line describing the bird, like all the terrible things you do. It's like it always does it. Like it's reliable. I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, send them out to
Ah,
fly, but
but
punch
I'm-
holes in their wings so they can't go too far. Cool. I'm doing that.
Ugh.
Cool.
All the birds.
That's good. We should be doing that for what birds do Ren, what bird do we in real life do we need to punch holes in their wings to make sure they don't go too far?
Fucking albatross. I don't trust those motherfuckers.
That's true. I'd have like a little army of like
Um,
pelicans on like bridles, send them into battle.
Do you not trust
Um,
them because like that's the name of when you're like 3 below par?
You're a fucking
Albatross
golf
bowl.
guy?
Seth, good job.
I think
okay,
I don't even know if that's actually the thing.
So
No,
It
I
is
don't.
like you're like significantly below par, but I don't remember how much below
Say-
par you need to be in golf.
Oh, it's
to
a
get an
double
albatross.
eagle. Okay. Just a double eagle. Okay.
What is an albatross in golf?
So,
Patrick
I-
Reed's U.S. Open shot explained.
Okay.
I'm taking back
Thank
my
God.
albatross thing because I always confuse these two birds because they share some localities, and they look totally different, and it's entirely on me because I always just fuck up their names. I meant skuas.
I don't know what that is.
Skua?
I don't know.
The
You know
fuck
what
is a
it's
called.
skua?
So skuas are really swell birds that one of their primary feeding strategies
Punch holes in their
is
wings?
well, no, I just think we should because of how detestable little demon beasts they are. What they do is they will harass other birds until out of fear they throw up and then they eat their vomit.
Oh.
Have you listened
I
to
don't
I
it?
just want to say,
like
I was right on the fucking money about what an albatross
You
was.
are.
I think
Thanks,
you
Golf
should
with
be
Friends.
shot for that.
I got my information from For the Win.
Well, no, I got it from playing the hit video game Golf with Friends.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but
good.
all of
That's
you
a pretty
should
good
look
game.
up the school.
I
It is a pretty
rescind
good
my
game.
wording. You're not a member of the bourgeoisie. You're okay.
An artist I'm very fond of. I'm trying to fucking pull their name out.
I don't want. I don't. Stop.
No, it's good. I think it's Paraguay. Maybe
Bird Lover 69.
It's not that. It's not that. You know this artist, James.
Birds are
Man,
friends.
5'7".
Red is continuing to look for an image that only we will be able to see because this is an audio medium.
Well, no, I don't. I just want to say the name properly. I'm just gonna say it.
Put respect on
Whatever.
it,
If I
man.
remember, we can retweet something, I guess.
Okay.
But what they
We're on Twitter.
were making this not false, this like a little imagined world building project of a world entirely made of like wheat and grain, and one of the predators they made for it is it will only eat things that have been already digested, so it'll attack things and like tear open their stomach and eat their
Mhm.
digested food. It was cool.
That's
I'm gonna
nice,
have to check
buddy.
that. That does
That's
sound
I can just feel how much you all are so enamored by my cool little.
I'm
fact,
enamored.
but it's okay.
Find out that name. Well, you're done.
Yeah, because
you know,
Chloe,
You're
is
off the
cool.
show.
I'm just gonna say, I think I could
Fuck.
probably like mentally deal
Fuck.
with being trapped in the Jupiter Museum forever.
Yeah, I'm sure it's actually.
Yeah, I think I would be
Don't
happy
bad.
there.
No.
Seems like the decor could use a bit of updating. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
cave rock.
Well, that's
and
what they.
lights.
That's what they brought me in for, is so I can do like the
Yeah, famous
Interior
for your
design.
interior design.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
time I'm
yeah.
on the call
You
with
win.
James, he's like, "Have you checked out the color of these walls? Not good."
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
wow,
always
you're
saying.
so right.
They bring me into the giant
would be-
museum and they're like, "All right, fix it." I'm like, "All right,
Alright.
yes, sir."
Loves the
I
project.
would love if I just find out this deep into our friendship that you were just enamored with interior design.
Yeah, I'm
and
like
you've
real.
told me
Yeah,
none of
definitely.
us.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
playing
he's
The
like
Sims every day.
Third year into his design course.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna come over to my
God.
house and be like, the feng shui is fucked right here, dude. You need to fix this immediately.
I can't imagine
Alright,
Seth's
we
house.
need
It's
to
partway
fix it.
between Mal living spaces and like a top like New York condo. I don't know where it's.
I got like a lot of objects in my room.
We love it.
I got like a lot of
You-
things.
Is it
You are
precarious
an
in there?
object guy.
It is a little precarious. Not really like. It's more of like I think about the fact that I might be moving in a couple of years, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
this is not.
Oh,
gonna
I
be
feel
fun.
that.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I
my
get that.
shelves right now, which like are full, and also I have books just like piled up in my room.
I am literally after this call going to go pack books. Like that's what I'm going to be doing here.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fate
Yeah.
worse than
You're-
death.
when are you moving? What are you talking about?
I'm hoping to move within a month or two. Yeah.
Oh.
What? Okay.
I'm just
Why
getting
didn't I know
shit
this?
packed ahead of time. I'm just doing it ahead of time.
Why didn't I know this?
He just doesn't think
I
the interior
told you
floor
that I
plan of
don't
his
talk
current
about
place.
things until they're set in stone.
Oh wait, yeah, we did talk about this like
Yes!
a few weeks
Seth,
Sorry.
cut all this out.
Keep it in.
ago. Guys, look at the Rye Runner. Look at the Rye Runner, guys.
That's
It's
nice,
cool.
buddy. That's
It
nice.
is actually pretty sick.
The Rye Runner's
the artist-
cool.
The artist is Sparrow Lucero.
That's cool. That's a good name.
Their little world is very cute. James, you like their work. You follow them on fucking one of the things you're on.
Do I? I don't recognize them at all.
Let me fucking. Ugh.
Is this episode over? Are we done?
Are we?
Are we?
Oh.
Any of you have any final thoughts on this object? Chloe, do you want to say anything else about this wonderful story that you provided us?
I just think that final sentence still got my ass. Like a year on, I kind of forgot how good of a gut punch that is.
It's
Whew.
good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Everybody, go read it.
It's-
You can find it just on the
Reactor,
web.
apparently. Fucking
On Reactor, wherever the fuck that is.
Somehow
Fuck yeah,
not
Tor
Tor
is
anymore.
bad.
What the fuck?
Yeah, reactormag.com /
Nobody is ever-
casualties dash Yoon dash ha dash Lee /
Thank you.
There you
Thank for
go.
reading
I'm very
maybe I'll
excited
just-
for you
we
to be
just-
the one that Patreon read every week.
that.
www.patreon.
patreon.com/bog whatever the fuck.
And make sure when you subscribe to the Patreon, choose milk or blood.
That's
Oh, blood.
you
blood.
can't change this now.
No.
That is just such a Homestuck sentence.
Choose milk. It is. I mean, it is candy or meat, isn't it?
It really
It's-
is candy or meat. I read the prologue for the epilogues, by the way.
How'd that hit you?
Interestingly.
Yeah,
Ghoulish.
I imagine. Were
A
you
lot of
reading
thoughts
like,
on
who the
that
fuck
already.
are these guys?
I'm like, what's going on?
Fucking
That was my
smooth
reaction the
skins in
first
your
time I read
goddamn
it.
Homestuck. God damn it.
All right.
Like I'm saying, let the debtors take Homestuck.
End the episode.
You can follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow me at Blaident, Blaident. You can follow Seth at Little Seth Amphetamine. Check out our other show, Covered in Worms. You can submit questions for whatever episode is coming up next over on our Tumblr. Just search us Covered in Worms Tumblr. You'll find it. And that is the show. So you can send us emails at
Listen to
fogfarmbook5@gmail.com.
Chloe's fucking podcast.
Yeah, I guess you can do that. too.
Tales from the Stack.
Thank you. We do have
Updates
a
all
Blue
the
Skies one.
damn time. Far more frequently than our goddamn show.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Chloe, where
Yeah,
do we find? What are your socials?
So we're also just on
I'll
Blue
find
Sky. Tales from the Stack. I'm Chloe Kate on there as well. I don't really post. It's hard to be online these days. But
Posting is
sometimes I'll
difficult.
retweet Baxter's articles, and that's pretty good.
It's most of my feed, yeah.
Pretty tight.
Fuck yeah. Oh, speaking of Baxter, next episode, we'll see how things work out, but probably friend of the pod Baxter gonna be on to cover Saint Muscle. Content
go.
warning if you go read the 6-chapter manga Saint Muscle. A lie. The author of that has another famous series that's literally just called Rape Monk.
Oh!
So, you know.
I didn't know that.
Saint
shit.
Muscle,
What the fuck?
not that. It's just a lot. There's a lot going on there, and we will discuss it later.
There you go.
Could Saint Muscle be Stray 2023 in a 5? Let me know next episode.
I think so.
Nah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Unknowable.
There's so much going on in that manga.
And we'll talk about it next time. See you then. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you, gang.